In Season 12 of America's Got Talent back in 2017, the world got to witness Celine Tam, who shocked everyone with her melodious voice, immediately earning accolades from both the judges and audience alike. Even Cowell, the judge who always seems impossible to impress, was taken by her performance, giving Tam the fame and recognition that changed everything. Since her appearance on the show, Celine has continued on her career path and has succeeded in building quite a reputation for herself, earning numerous awards. Want to learn all about her career? Just stick with us. Celine Tam was born on November 22, 2007 in Hong Kong to Steve and Doris Tam. She grew up with an outstanding fascination with music, particularly in singing. Her parents came to know of this gifted talent when she was just a toddler. She shocked her parents when, at 3, she sang the complete My Heart Will Go On, currently her signature song by Celine Dion, the reason many have likened her abilities to the legendary singer. Her early display of musical ability had convinced her parents, especially her father, that she had a special gift. Celine was brought up in a musically inclined environment, and her father had a great role to play in honing her skills. Steve Tam was himself a music teacher and a professional vocal coach, so he knew all about vocal training and was pretty well placed when it came to taking care of Celine through the various developmental phases of her voice. He saw that she had potential, and therefore Steve took to training his daughter's vocals in a healthy and sustainable fashion since she was young. In addition to voice training, Celine attended a local school in Hong Kong and was always considered one of the brighter students. Education and music had to coexist, and her parents ensured she grew up properly. She never let fame go to her head and was always ranked among the top students, with several extracurricular activities involved. Steve and Doris, her parents, have been greatly instrumental in Celine's growth as a singer. Steve, having long experience in the music field himself, not only provided the technical training to Celine, but also the needed discipline and hard work ethic. He was instrumental in choosing songs that would be most appropriate for her voice, teaching her the emotional mood of each song, and instructing her in stage performance. Steve played a very important role, both as a father and as a coach in Celine's early career. While Steve was working out her skills, Doris brought in the emotional support and balance Celine needed at various junctures of her journey. Doris attended to the household, made sure Celine's education was uninterrupted, and she did not lack anything in life. She thus was the anchor that ensured Steve could lay a good musical foundation for Celine, unhindered, while creating for their daughter an excellent congenial atmosphere. Long before she appeared on the world stage through America's Got Talent in 2017, Celine was participating in song competitions and appearances to try her voice on different stages. Much earlier, her maiden exposure had come when she was just 5 years old, performing in the hit Chinese kids song competition called Let's Sing Kids. With her acts on this show, she earned enough applause to turn out as one of its most popular participants instantly. Although she did not win the competition, it was already foreseen that this singer was going to pursue a great future in the field of music. One of the major competitions Celine was a part of prior to AGT was China's Got Talent in 2014. She really blew their minds with some hits from Celine Dion. She did quite well and passed on to the next round, but never took the title. Nevertheless, this further sealed her love for singing and showed her experience on stage. She had also auditioned for Britain's Got Talent in 2015. Although she got eliminated before the rounds that were to be aired nationally, the fact that she dared to jump into such a highly competitive arena spoke volumes of her ambition and drive to succeed at an international level. Celine didn't let this setback deter her, but instead moved on with more zeal, her hopes still sky high for an ultimate dream of being an internationally acclaimed singer. In addition to those competitions, Celine performed in several activities and concerts in Hong Kong and China. These performances were a great foundation for Celine's future and prepared her for the international stage. She was recognized in Hong Kong's entertainment circles and had many of her performances featured on local television programs. Fast forward to 2017, 9-year-old Celine Tam stunned the world with her audition for America's Got Talent Season 12. When she came onto the stage, it was obvious that Celine wasn't just any other child claiming to sing with the voice of the heavens. Her control of her voice was very mature for a girl her age, and the judges, plus millions of viewers around the world, were all eyes and ears. Celine Tam's journey in AGT began with an unforgettable audition that left everyone in awe. Right at the onset of her entrance onto the stage where she announced her name, it was very clear she was about to make her own path on the show. Steve Tam, her father, has been her music teacher and a vocal coach. He helped nurture her since she was very young, and it went without saying that such guidance helped her extraordinary vocal talents. For the audition, she sang My Heart Will Go On, the iconic theme song from the film Titanic and one of the most popular songs of Celine Dion. The moment the first notes came out of her mouth, the judges could already be seen in astonishment with their jaws dropped, not to mention the audience that was watching. She was singing with power, control, and emotiveness, so spectacular for a person so young. The instant the crowd was on their feet in applause, and the judges were just so overwhelmed. The supposed toughest and most difficult to impress, Simon Cowell, acclaimed her as simply incredible, congratulating her for poise and maturity with a sound that was indeed special. Heidi Klum was swept off her feet, saying Celine looked like a shining star. Mel B was shocked that such a mature voice could come from this little girl, and Howie Mandel congratulated her for being so courageous at the same time. Certainly Celine mesmerized everyone the first moment she stepped onto the stage. Immediately after her audition, a video went viral on all social media platforms and YouTube. Viewers all over the world could hardly believe the power and emotion of the song coming from this young girl. This audition set her among the season's highlights, from which it was pretty clear to one and all that Celine Tam was destined for the stars. In the subsequent rounds of the show, Celine continued to wow her audience with her stellar performances. She prepared How Am I Supposed to Live Without You by Michael Bolton for the judge cuts, and the crowd hollered once more. Judges once again praised her, with even Simon Cowell going so far as to say she could be a superstar. It was during the quarterfinals, however, that Celine had her most memorable experience on AGT. She sang When You Believe by Whitney Houston and Mariah Carey for her quarterfinals performance, which is always remembered for the great message showing a glimpse of hope and determination. As she started to sing again, her voice moved the audience. It was great to see that she could well hit the high notes and communicate with the emotional capacity of the song, all at a very young age. Guest judge Laverne Cox, an actress from the hit series Orange is the New Black, looked visibly touched by Celine's delivery. As soon as the last note sounded and the crowd went into full applause, Laverne Cox could barely contain her excitement. What would be one of the most memorable moments this season? Out came Laverne's hand, and she hit the golden buzzer, sending Celine Tam to the live shows. When the words she had hoped to hear for so long finally came, Celine was taken by the excitement, holding the shock on her face as confetti rained in her golden moment. Meanwhile, her parents were tearing up in the audience. Laverne Cox made sure to let her know she was an example and that her talent was special. In fact, the golden buzzer not only earned Celine a place in the competition, but also launched her to new heights of stardom and recognition. Her video on social media went viral, and in no time she became an overnight sensation around the globe. According to Celine, fans from different countries thanked her for her vocal strength, which touched them with emotion. Her progress at AGT was widely reported by several media. She was invited to some talk shows and interviews which increased her visibility. She continued to focus on her love of singing, and performances in the live shows proved this young girl was continuing to grow as an artist. During the semifinals, Celine performed How Far I'll Go from the Disney movie Moana. She did another beautiful job, but unfortunately didn't quite make it into the finals. So Celine's elimination during the semifinals was definitely a disappointment for those who liked her and were eager to see her win. However, that notwithstanding, Celine's time in AGT has remained a moment worth remembering. She had won the hearts of millions and proved a force to be reckoned with in the music world. Her elimination did not dampen her spirit or determination to follow through with her dreams. Actually, the exposure she received at that very network was a catapult in her career, launching her into various directions with numerous performances and even more exposure of her talent. Ever since her exposure to AGT, Celine Tam has always been busy, showcasing her various talents in different events and television shows in Hong Kong and worldwide. Due to this, she became a household figure in her home ground, as every performance she made had huge wait times from the masses. She also regularly posted covers of popular songs on her social media account, and that is why she remained active. Her YouTube channel was particularly where she let the world see her music, and soon enough, she was gaining a huge following. It was Celine's journey on AGT that flipped everything into place in her career, and the world already knew she was meant for greatness. She continued to receive vocal training from her father, Steve Tam, and was still in school, making sure she maintained a balance between the academic requirements and the burgeoning music career. Celine's parents were very supportive every step of the way, as they guided her through all the trials and opportunities presenting themselves before them now that their daughter was famous. She is growing with time and her talent too. Celine Tam is a darling young lady, and everybody in the music industry showers her with love. Of course, her time on the show came to an end that night at the semifinals, but in fact it was just the beginning of her career as a singer. But above all, with a voice that is sure to leave everyone amazed, lots of determination, and more importantly, family support, Celine's career seems to be very promising in the coming years. The world is truly awaiting the next chapter in the life story of Celine Tam, the little girl whose voice touched millions and inspired them. Since rising to fame, there have been a number of awards and accolades presented to Celine Tam, indicative of her serious talent and work ethic within the performing industry. In fact, it proves that at such a young age, Celine already has skills and an impact within the music industry. Barely after her appearance on the AGT, Celine was granted an award for Hong Kong's Top 10 Outstanding Young People Award in 2017. This looks out for young people who have contributed a great deal to society and who may serve as good role models. Receiving this at such a tender age proved that as a singer, she already had some leeway to inspire others. Also, she won first place in the International Chinese New Talent Singing Championship, and it gave her wider recognition in the Chinese-speaking circles. The championship normally fosters and brings out young talents. She also made it to the selection of the 10 Outstanding Young Persons in 2019. This award recognizes youngsters for excellence in their respective fields along with service to society. Celine was another one of those honorees, adding this to the list of her merits. As an acknowledgement of her musical achievements, she has been of positive influence on Hong Kong youth. She also got the Meritorious Youth Award in 2020. This was an award for her service in music and charity, hence an epitome to the youths all over the world. Along with her great musical talent, Celine Tam is concerned with a number of charitable works. Despite being so young, she managed to repay society for all that it had given her by helping poor people in need. Celine was made an ambassador of UNICEF with the aim of having her voice reach out to the less fortunate children around the world. She has been involved in a number of campaigns and events aimed at promoting education, healthcare, and the welfare of children. Her association with UNICEF goes to show that she is committed to making sure her influence helps bring positivity into other people's lives. She has also performed in numerous charity concerts, where she has helped raise funds for various causes, be they disaster relief, education, or healthcare. Indeed, several other causes. These have given her a great deal of wonderful opportunities to entertain the audience while helping to amass considerable donations for less fortunate people. Celine has been associated with the Hong Kong Cancer Fund, where she frequently attends events related to the awareness of cancer and helps in fundraising. She has been so committed to this cause that at times she has shared stories regarding how cancer has affected people close to her, Celine is also known for her children's book, Harper. Harper is a touching children's book and the product of this pop sensation, Celine Tam. It tells the story of Harper, a young, talented, blossoming girl who wishes to take up singing as her dream profession. Informed by her life experience, the book will indeed prove a great source of interest to its readers because it reflects a sure outlook on life with an unsurpassed passion for one's dreams. Celine illustrates through the story of Harper how much effort she had put in to believe in herself and keep at it through thick and thin. The book is exquisitely illustrated for the purpose of readers to be inspired to achieve their dream in a similar fashion to Celine's dream. Harper has been quite a hit, notably among young fans for whom Celine is a role model. Thus, the book is quite a good read for children and proof of Celine's growth as an author. While success and accolades have come to Celine Tam rather consistently throughout her career, concerns have been raised about Steve Tam, who is her father and also her manager. Having been highly involved in his daughter's career, acting as both coach and manager, Steve Tam has led his daughter at every turn through the grueling challenge of competitions and on-stage public performances. Still, some question the double duty that Steve performs for his daughter. Critics have noted a possible conflict of interest, as a parent who manages a child's career may find it very hard to be objective. Some feel that he might be overly pushing her hard for success, or failing to put her needs first over the considerations of her career. Some equally believe that Steve may not give Celine what rightly belongs to her as his manager. These concerns seem valid, especially when one looks at the experiences of other child celebrities. However, the one thing that needs to be reiterated is that there is no recorded public information that shows Steve Tam isn't doing right by Celine. Indeed, speaking about her dad in glowing terms, Celine has credited him for helping her reach her dreams. Her parents, including her mother, are quite invested in her career and make sure she doesn't sacrifice her education for her music. They emphasize keeping life normal away from the limelight, indicative that they are pretty much aware of the darker sides of pursuing a career in entertainment. Celine Tam's story, from a young girl with a dream to be an internationally identified singer, is about talent, hard work, and family support. Her early life, education, and parental support have been instrumental in molding her into the star she is. Celine participated in Let's Sing Kids, China's Got Talent, Britain's Got Talent, and America's Got Talent, which have given her the exposure she needs to succeed in the music industry. She continues to grow both as a singer and a person, and is still an inspiration to young talents around the globe. Her story just goes on to remind one that, at the right time and with enough resolve, dreams do come true. For Celine Tam, the future is an open book, and the world is already on tenterhooks to see what is in store when she navigates her journey. That will be all about Celine Tam, and be sure that we will keep you updated on her future endeavors. Catch up with details about your favorite celebrities by checking out other videos in the channel, and we will see you in the next one.